Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an overall update into the regards of all upcoming Star Wars theatrical releases, so pretty much all the upcoming Star Wars films that we know of in today's video. Of course, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop right on into it, breaking it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. In this video, we are going to be taking a quick read from StarWarsNewsNet.com, one of my favorites out there. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as an overall garnering source. So they take this as their mid-year status report on Star Wars films. That's right, we're halfway through the year officially, now into the month of July, a little over, actually halfway technically. So I guess this is something that they like to do, I guess for the last couple of years on their articles and on their websites. Definitely check them out, linked in the description down below. Of course, something is going on with the Star Wars feature film slate, they say. The extent of it, we don't quite know yet, but it seems obvious to them that not everything is going according to the plan of Lucasfilm that they had set back in January at the beginning of this year, and that is very much so the case, as it does appear to be something I've kind of, talked about here on the channel off and on, but haven't really ever been able to, I think, necessarily give you guys a full-fledged update because nobody else was really talking about it. Now, from my understanding, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie wasn't actually supposed to be a thing. Not necessarily be a thing. It wasn't supposed to be filming this year. The Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order movie was supposed to have already been filming by this point here. The Mandalorian Season 4 instead should have been in the midst of filming, like right now, instead of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, that being kind of like up next, a part of the Mandoverse, and the next thing that Lucasfilm wants to put into production and into filming with that process for a May 22nd of 2026, release, of course. Back then, in January, Lucasfilm had officially announced the Mandalorian and Grogu movie to be the next feature film, one that would actually film this year. We just didn't know exactly when. We were thinking that it would be filming sometime in the fall, actually, if for anything, after the Mandalorian Season 4 had wrapped up and its overall filming. That was supposed to start back in around March, I want to say, film through the summer, and then from there they were supposed to jump on over to the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. A couple months later, Disney confirmed that it would be taking the May 22nd of 2026 release spot for their movie. I know it isn't necessarily about a movie, but where is the Mandalorian Season 4? Because just saying that out loud and thinking about it now, that was such a pitch perfect plan, really, of that the Mandalorian Season 4 was supposed to start filming in March, film sometime, over the course of the rest of the summer and spring there, of course, and probably sometime around August or September, and from there in September or in October is where we would see the Mandalorian and Grogu, begin its production and its filming. Everything would be able to film, and nothing would necessarily overlap, of course, because, well, put two and two together, the Mandalorian Season 4 and the Mandalorian and Grogu movie have a lot of the same cast and crew members. The article continues, though, however, by reading, it's been known for quite some time that the film, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, would begin production in the summer, with a listing by ProductionWeekly.com setting the start date for June 17th, last month, about 2 weeks ago now. Now, this publication, their official article, has a spotty track record with Star Wars productions, though, however, it's a source nonetheless, though. Better than nothing, I guess. Having been dead on with stuff like The Mandalorian Season 3, though, but way off with other projects that really never took off. To say that that's their fault, though, however, is a little rough. For now, there's nothing to suggest that the summer shoot for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie won't be happening, and for all we know, they might be kicking off tomorrow, at the latest, or even then, they could have already begun its actual filming, just kind of keeping it under heavy wraps and really under the radar, which I think would be quite hard to do, or they're just waiting up until July 8th at the time of recording and publishing this video would technically be tomorrow to get the holiday out of the way. Other reports about the Signori Weaver joining the cast a few weeks ago seemed like a good indication that the pre-production process was advancing quite well and was coming to a closure, but it's been pretty silent on that front since then. Given that it's a movie spinning off from a TV show, of course, it's quite a jump. It's possible that Weaver is the only high-profile newcomer. Also, we all know how Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni like to keep everything under the wraps, as I had mentioned. For all we know, they could have already been, started filming and actually, have been filming for the last couple of weeks, for all we know. And most of the casting recruitments as well tend not to leak to the press. We barely ever catch wind of that. They might have actually even started production for all we know. I was immediately expecting an official confirmation when this would happen, as Lucasfilm did when both Ahsoka and The Acolyte begun their filming and their production process. Not to also mention the Rise of Skywalker movie did this way back when, of course. So maybe an official cast list could also be something that they would post. Thinking back, I think they also did this with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Having an official announcement, an official post though, however, Disney, Lucasfilm, is something that they like to do and something that we have seen in the past. So the Mandalorian and Grou movie is probably most likely fine. Lucasfilm is working hard on it, probably as we speak, and at most, filming has been simply delayed for a couple of weeks, as I had mentioned, maybe if for anything, just to wait until after the holidays, and at best, everything stays on track for its May 22nd of 2026 release. Even then, I think a lot of people may agree with me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. They could honestly wait until next year, even, or maybe, closer to the fall, for the Mandalorian and Grou movie to begin filming and still be on time for their May 22nd of 2026 release. This year, though, however, doesn't seem to necessarily be the case with the other tentpole that was supposed to go up this year. That isn't to say that it won't, but other reports that we had recently covered here on the channel are now saying that the new Jedi Order film is actually going to be delayed. It's been quite some time of conflicting reports surrounding the new Jedi Order film from director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. There's been some reputable sources talking about it and some unreputable sources talking about it. People that we know in the industry that get things correct and other people that I've never heard of. Insider Daniel Richmond, for example, a very reputable source, first said it would start shooting in September of this year, with later reports saying it would not happen at all this year. Jordan Rumsey's account over at worldofreal.com was particularly worrying, though, however. Though it's not exactly news for readers of that site, another report from earlier this year had painted a pretty bad picture of the movie. Sources had told StarWarsNewsNet.com at the time that it was untrue, though. So pretty much you have some people saying that it's still filming this year, just been pushed back until the fall. It still would be good for its December 2026 release. Other sources that are kind of just out of touch, they don't necessarily cover Star Wars stuff. They're just kind of part of the rumor mill and kind of throwing confusion, I think, into the mixing pot, if for anything, saying that, oh, it's not on track whatsoever and that it's not happening whatsoever. I think that there's a fair share of people and accounts out there like that, unfortunately, and it's simply because they just don't like the characters. They don't want anything to do with the sequels, and they just kind of, all those people that say, oh, it's not canon. Those people sound ridiculous, honestly. So, if for anything, the new Jedi Order film, it's still technically on its track here for its release in December of 2026. Seems that they have just simply pushed it back for its filming a little bit in September. And honestly, if for anything, this makes complete sense, seeing that Marvel Studios, by which, if you are a Marvel fan, we'll have our Marvel channel linked in the description down below, is filming right now at the same studio stage that a lot of other big Disney projects like to shoot at. This is the same studio stage that the new Jedi Order film is set to shoot at. Anyway, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.